Hello everyone and welcome to the map Ancient Cistern. Today we'll be taking a look at a professional Terran versus Zerg match. The Terran here landing into the upper right corner, the red SCVs belonging to Cure. And the blue Zerg spawning into the bottom left. The bug-flavored opponent, it is Reynor. TVZ, Cure versus Reynor. A rematch of something I cast recently, actually. I'll put a card up somewhere if I can remember, if I don't have a goldfish memory in the time it takes me to upload this. However, I will say that was an amazing game between these two. It went to late game, if I remember. Cure had a very juicy nuclear missile. Reynor set up the late game economy, wave upon wave, crashing into the defensively established Terran. And eventually, Cure was able to hold it, if I remember right. We will see if this game is any different, if this game treats us any differently. I would love to see a late game rematch between these two. See if Reynor changes anything. Although, it's entirely possible Cure may not give him the opportunity. As we've got the 2-Rex low ground Reaper opener, as I'll call it. I don't know if it has another name at this point in time. It could be aggressive. It could also not be. It's just not easy to tell. Right away, the question is, does the Terran continue making a lot of Reapers? Because we've seen 3 Reapers, I think, is the standard, the normal. There's only 1 gas, so, that's a limiting factor. CC starts on the low ground. Cure is not trying to kill Reynor with this. Not at all. Reaper still makes its way into the natural base. Reynor already with Zerglings out on the field, though, microing them back, waiting, counting the desperate seconds for that queen to show up. Don't lose a drone! Queen pops out of the hatchery. Reaper number 2 shows up, giving Reaper number 1 a newfound confidence. The juggle, the TVZ dance. Is that another barracks? 2 more barracks. Oh, well, Reynor might see one of them, clicks it, sees it's a barracks. We'll check if Reynor sees both of the wrecks. Reaper's still just doing their dance around. Is going to spot it. Reynor sees both of those extra barracks. Might be thinking, ooh, this Terran feeling a little spicy. Little aggressive. Might have to prepare for such. Now, Cure, on the other side, could just not use the barracks. At this, I see it actually, a 3rd CC is on the way. The Reapers knock themselves back. 3rd CC on the way. Cure, whether it's intentional or not, is playing what could be called a very greedy opener. 2 Marines to his name back at home. Getting stim, got 4 barracks that aren't producing anything. Getting a 3rd CC on the way too. Okay then. Terran players. Can't stop them. Just can't even do anything. The Reapers come back home. Cure knows he's semi-vulnerable right now. The wall, of course, very helpful. Marines are on the way. With the factory finishing up, Cure can move up the tech tree, get a bit more safety, land the 3rd CC probably in the next couple of minutes. And we've got ourselves a match. We're already skyrocketing into the mid-game. Reynor about to cross 50 drones. 20 plus lings on the way, though. These might just be Zerglings to try and stop the third CC, perhaps, from landing. Cure might want to try and land this quicker than one would expect, so perhaps Reynor just wants to be prepared for that. More Lings on the way. Reynor, what are you planning? A lot of Lings. Well, the timing. Maybe Reynor just knows what he's doing. Zergling angering the Reapers, terrifying the critter, whichever this one is. Taste-a-lope. Terrifying the Taste-a-lope here. Gonna spot that third CC. Lings. Reynor, a man of intellect. Tries to bait the Reapers out. Can he catch him? No, not gonna be able to catch him. Did force a stim, though. Which means these medevacs are gonna have to spend a bit of their starting energy healing. Cure does not want to land the CC with Lings right there. Have to move the Marines out. Oh my gosh. Oh, he doesn't go for the depot, actually. I think Reynor may have been able to get into the natural, but to what end? You know you're going to lose all of the Zerglings for a few SCVs, maybe the siege tank. Guess we're dropping. We're gonna go right over the Zerglings, which is probably not the path Cure wanted to take, but it's the path Cure has got. Cure's actually just gonna drop it right here, which I kind of agree with. Reynor, expecting those medevacs to go to the main base, going to be a bit confounded when the Reapers step onto creep here. There were Reapers? Were there Reapers in the medevacs, or did they just follow along? Who knows? Oh god, the creep tumor. Cure just shifting into that I want to clear creep mode. Oh, Reaper excluded from the medevac. The queue for the right group to move in, clear a bit of the creep, perhaps make a future push, whether it's tanks, widow mines, Thors, or otherwise. All of such ground pushes made a bit easier with less creep on the field. Terrans, of course, want to keep that creep down. The creep is just generally helpful for the Zerg. Looks like it's going to be widow mines, actually. We have drilling claws on the way. I can agree with the choice. We see Reynor favoring the Lingbane, which should come as a surprise to no one. Marine's actually going to step forward. Beautiful transfuse is going to sack the creep tumors to get the queens out of there, though. And then move them right back in and plop the creep down again. It's still lost energy. Mainly just lost energy, though. I don't think any queens actually died. No. No queens have died. No regicide on the field this day. Reynor, thinking about chewing on some rocks. Instead, opt for a move command into the natural. Gonna get on top of the siege tank, quickly deal with that, and then move towards the SCVs. Unsafe work conditions abound. SCVs mostly gonna be evacuated. A few Lings split off into the main base. Target a supply depot. Get a supply depot. Makes it seem all the more worthwhile. Cure quick with that pickup, gonna save the group that's out on the map. Looks like these forces started to move back towards the defense. Cure realizing it's just a group of Zerglings, though. I don't need all of this. Both denying and scouting this potential base. From Reynor the Reaper, going to give his life for the such knowledge. The Zergling is found, the Zergling is stopped, and the CC is able to land once Cure gets around to it. Cure's a little busy out on the map, okay? Dealing with Lings, dealing with Banes. Holy creep tumor. Reynor didn't quite deal with that Widow Mine the way Reynor probably wanted to. Oh, friendly fire from the Widow Mine damaging most of the Marines. Cura's going to be able to pick up a decent amount of them into the medevacs. But, decent number of these are injured. So, I don't know about dropping. They were traitors. They voiced bad words against Great Emperor Manx, which Cure subscribes to. So those Marines had to be dropped out on top of the Zerglings as penance, retribution, and I'm sure they're greatly regretting their bad words now. Just another day at the office. Hatchery gonna be damaged. Kinda doubt it will be stopped. This is a lot of Zerg forces. The Widow Mine's doing a decent job though, trying to even the odds. Reynor does let the hatch finish. Confident that the hatch will be fine for now. Will this one though? Cure step in at multiple sides. The multi-pronged aggression. The hatchery will be destroyed. Zerg forces gathering at the next base, though Cure unlikely to make much ground here. Oh, there's Vipers in play. I didn't even see the Vipers in the production tab. Could be parasitic bombs onto the medevacs, blinding cloud onto the rest of the Terran forces. Cure. No major jump in tech still, just mostly bio-mine. Well, I say that. We have a Ghost Academy on the way. Camera location. Don't mind if I do. Thank you, Cure. 3-3 on the way. For both of them, actually. Well, Reynor's missing the melee, but he's getting Adrenal, which is essentially a great melee upgrade, isn't it? Stutter step kiting a bit, the Bane's rolling pretty far off of creep, the Hydralisk's giving them that ego, that confidence boost that they need. We see Burrow on the way. What's the Burrow gonna be for, you think? Burrowed Banes? Ooh. I hope I'm that lucky. Stopping command centers with just a few burrowed Zerglings. We have a Lurker Den on the way, which is unsurprising. Reynor's sitting confident with a Lingbane Hydra composition here. Only natural to move up into Lurker tech. Make those Hydras a bit more useful. Save them from their status as Lurker larvae. We do have Ghosts already on the way though, and Ghosts at this point in time deal with Lurkers well. They deal with a lot of things well. You're getting those extra command centers, 4 CCs on the way. Setting up the Iron Bank, it's called, where you essentially just need mules to mine. You can go a bit lower on your SCV count, devote some supply to army forces, still maintain your income with mules. Cure's strategy is intriguing me. Like, it feels honestly like a little bit of a limbo state. Cure is getting the tools for a defensive setup, but not committing to a defensive setup. Cure's still out on the map, but not out on the map in such force as to try and break the Zerg. It's like Cure's just trying to, I don't know, slow, distract Reynor, deal with some creep, make sure that Reynor doesn't grow out of control, is probably the best way to put it. Keeping the Zerg in check while also not committing so much that you lose an entire army, or wanting to play that offensively. Well, I say that Cure's going to lose most of this army, which is probably not good. Dealing with the Widow Mine, Vipers fly into missile turret. Blinding cloud, stopping both the planetary and the turret reasonably well. Most of the ground forces here are going to be dealt with. Cure tries to get some damage done on the other side. Also, not going to go in his favor, though. Lurkers make themselves known. Lurkers make themselves gone. Cure stepping forward, realizing it's just one lurker. That's not that scary. Ooh, high-sec auto-tracking finishing up. Cure did get 3-3 first, which means I cannot make fun of him. You're like, what do you mean make fun of him? There's people, and I'm sure I have video proof somewhere, that get high-sec auto-tracking before their other upgrades. That ghost was cloaked and unarmed, which means that this nuclear missile is probably not going to be launched. Given that Reynor found the cloaked ghost, found the imposter, dealt with him via metaphorical airlock. Widowmine's gonna burrow. Get a decent amount of lings, but 18 SCVs going down. The orbital has to be lifted. Forces gathering on the right side. Can Reynor stop this attack before it even starts? I don't know. This is a lot of Terran. That's a lot of Zerg too, though. The Viper's here to support. How's the Ling attack going? Cure is going to clean it up. Cure deals with it. That hatchery is not cancelled, not destroyed. That hatchery was obliterated. Bane's connecting with the Marauders. Parasitic Bomb onto a medevac. Cure splits it off nicely. Oh, blinding cloud. You can barely see it against the green texture of the map. Lings. Reynor doing great with these backstabs. Oh, the burrow. That's what the burrow was for. How are we doing on losses? Reynor has lost more, which you would expect, but not so great an amount that I would say Reynor's that far behind. We've reached that stage of the game. Those Zerg players got their economy. They're trying to set up the wave after wave style of Zerg. Try and just whittle down the Terran. Cure actually going to get caught here. Not good. He needs to deal with most of these Zerg forces without losing the bulk of the ghosts, at least. Well, bye, Reynor. Cure moves this group into the Zerg base, destroys the hatchery. Gonna force most of Reynor's forces back over here. Solid Widow Mine connections onto the Zerglings, buying this group some time. Clear some creep. Reynor having to juggle both sides with essentially the same army. Looks like one of my games. F2, move across the map, right? Scrambling for the defense. Oh, shame. 6 more lurkers, 26 more banelings on the way. We still have the nuke. Cure, come on. Come on. Give me a thumbnail. Carpet drop the forces here. Baneling connection. More forces show up. Just get out. Get out of there, Cure. And the Q. This group can move in. We're going to make an offensive missile turret here. Well, that's going to be shut down. Widow Mines connect with lurkers. The Vipers not sure what to do with themselves. Firing squad. The Ghosts deal with most of the lurkers. The Banelings rolling around off of creep, which means they're not going to be rolling around probably into their target. Smaller contingent of forces. Slight skirmish. Both players not making much headway at this very moment. I do like Reynor's position a bit better. It feels like Cure has been losing more bases overall, more workers. But never count out a group of Widow Mines walking into a minefield. If Reynor could just get a surround on some of these forces, it would be a great boon. A lot of damage to the Terran if either of these army groups actually falls. How are we doing on workers killed, I wonder? The economy doesn't so much matter for cure as mules exist, and bases have been set up. Not too sure about the safety of this one though. No planetary, just a missile turret. With the army right here, it does help. Oh, 6 lurkers. Cure stepping a bit too far forward. The lurker minefield. And Reynor committing onto this army, even rolling up the ramp. The Terran forces trying to micro back, trying to stay away from all of the banelings. This is a lot of banelings though. I don't think it matters. The Zerg still going to make contact, and that is one of those armies gone, which, if my guess is to be correct, spells a bit of doom for the Terran. Cure, losing effectively 2 bases and half the army, cannot replace things very quickly now. Safety has been lost. Danger has been gained. SCVs going to try. They're trying to do their job. Cure. Cure. Okay. He does it. Gets rid of the lurker. Lands the orbital. Says, oh man, I gotta try and retake all of this now. Oh no, backing into a corner. I don't think this is enough medevacs to actually get out of here. Reynor gonna get a surround on most of these forces. Parasitic bombs onto the medevacs, and the Terran forces are going to crumble. I think Reynor has done it. GG is going to be called. Cure just taking a bit too much damage. Economy sliding into disaster, recession, production too expensive. Losing half that army really hurts too. Nonetheless, an entertaining match and a GG well earned to the Zerg. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day.